So much suspense. Oh my God, dude. There's one right here, bro. Good one, bro. Facing towards Haleigh, right there. Dude, it's muddy now. Holy, I told you, bro.
Not long ago, I decided to ditch the corporate grind to pursue my passions for traveling and the great outdoors. So I sold everything, moved into a trailer full time, and now I'm fishing my way across the entire country.
There we go. Fish out.
Look at that!
You're watching Field Trips with Robert Field.
That was insane!
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Field Trips. I am currently in Williamsburg, Virginia. I'm still staying at Anvil Campground. Absolutely gorgeous campground right in the middle of kind of one of the most historic places in our nation's history. I could not be happier with where I'm staying for this leg of my journey. So now this episode, I'm doing something completely different. I'm gonna be going after another fish that I've never caught before, the northern snakehead. Now this is an invasive species. There's kind of a witch hunt going on for these fish. A lot of people get real upset if you release them. They think that they eat the bass fry. We're going to be doing some fishing. Jonathan's gonna teach us a lot about these fish. Later in the week, we're actually be going with a biologist on a shocking trip, doing research on this species. So not only are we gonna be trying to catch these fish this week over the next few episodes, we're gonna kind of do our own research and determine whether or not we think these fish are really harming the ecosystem like people think. So, time to get on the road, see if we can't get some of these fish to the boat. And we made it. What's up? Sorry we're late.
How's it going?
Great week, fun.
Me too.
So we are here at Willow Landing Marina on Aquia Creek near Stafford, Virginia. Absolutely beautiful area. The sun just came up. So today we're fishing for a species I've never caught before. You guys know that's my favorite thing to do, the northern snakehead. Now this is an invasive fish, just kind of a witch hunt going on for them. We'll talk about that more later. But we're gonna be throwing topwater baits, primarily frogs and that sort of thing, for these super aggressive and territorial fish. So here with Haleigh Kilby, from the Wilderness Systems Pro staff. She's on the Accent Paddles Pro staff. She's an NRS brand ambassador. And we got Jonathan Leavitt, a good buddy of mine. He's been on the Yakfish TV team for a few years. He's also an Accent paddler. These snakehead are formidable opponents. I've seen some crazy footage. This is gonna be a good time, assuming we can find some of these fish. So we're about ready to launch. It's an outgoing tide, which is key for these fish. So we're gonna get after it, see what we can get into. Haleigh here is cruising in style. She's got the Torpedo motor, just chillaxing while we paddle like idiots. Oh, the lily pads? Yeah, I see it. So we just heard a little smack and I saw a few lily pads on the edge move. And what Haleigh and John have told me is that these snakehead, they'll kind of give themselves away. You'll see them cruising. You'll see the lily pads, just very subtle movements. And that's kind of clues you in on where they might be. But we're looking at these points and these pockets at the edge of these lily pads. That's where they're going to be hanging out there, ambush predators.
Sometimes these things will come out and they'll just sit there,
right,
and look at it. And if I see a wake, I'll just twitch it a little bit, and then they'll just bam.
Real subtle, okay.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, you want to get their attention. Once you go up to this, where this ends, I've already fished all this.
Keep going in there?
Yeah, oh yeah. This is where I want you to go. Yeah.
John said you cannot get skinny enough for these fish. They're gonna be super shallow,
What
especially as that sun gets up. Yeah, what are we, a paddle blade?
Yeah.
Deep right now?
Yeah.
He's telling me to get in there and get skinnier. Super skinny, kind of reminds me of red fishing. We're kind of stalking these fish in these really super narrow canals.
So that area between the lily pads and I guess whatever that grass is.
Yeah.
Right. Bring a frog up
the
that.
Smallest channel of all time.
Perfect. It's right where you want to be.
So John says, when you get a strike, topwater strike on these guys, to count to 4. Really let them eat it, make sure they've got it, make sure you're feeling weight. Because like bowfin, if you watch the episode where I caught an owl, bowfin, I got about 12 blow-ups and could not hook them, and they've got similar kind of bony, oh God, hard mouths as these snakehead. Just makes getting the hooks in them really difficult. So John said count to 4. He told me it about 300 times last night at the bar. It is drilled into me. I still feel like I'm so excited and like on edge that it's first blow up. I'm just gonna rip that thing right into my own face.
So I'm gonna sit here with you.
All right, John's on. Ooh. I have heard horror stories of how these fish just freak out in the boat. There was a good example right there. Nice, dude. So we've seen several blow-ups. This is, I think, the 4th blow-up John's had. Haleigh missed one. Had it on for a second. You can tell they're the locals and I'm the guy that's clueless. I have not gotten a blow-up yet. But here's John with the first fish of the morning. All tangled in the net.
That's how they get.
So John last night showed me a bunch of videos of basically snakehead freaking out in the boat. I mean, despite gaffs and fish grips and
Honestly, I just whacked them in the head.
and every tool you can imagine, they'll still get out of your boat. Like, these are the Houdinis of fish for sure.
God,
He's stuck up under his seat. Oh, and he's not happy. He's not happy. I don't have mine either.
there we go.
Nice, dude. So this is the northern snakehead. Invasive species, super aggressive. Crazy patterns on these fish. Look at the, oh. And there's exactly what we were just talking about. They are really good at that, but nice one, dude.
Right on.
Got the skunk off, first one's the hardest.
Yep. That's it. He came right off the channel.
Yeah, nice. Right up against these lily pads?
Yep.
All right.
Was it top water or
Chatterbait.
chatterbait?
Chatterbait.
We can,
I got one of those tied on.
Haleigh, what do you think about paddling up and riding this tide out?
Yeah.
You wanna do that?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, just kick on that motor, grab my kayak, and we'll just mosey on up there.
After this point is gonna be your best shot.
So I just had my first snakehead blow up and about peed my pants. Dude, my heart. I wasn't ready. Oh my gosh.
I want to give you something a little darker. We've had so much rain.
Right.
You can see like,
Super muddy, yep.
yeah, these snakehead, for their body size, their eyes suck. I mean, they got tiny, tiny, tiny eyes. They fish mostly off vibration.
Right.
That's why they get those holes on their bait.
I don't have a lure, no.
Sorry, he didn't go anywhere. I think that was a bass, actually.
We just had something swirl while we were talking right in front of us. John said it sounded more like a bass. That is one thing today that there's a good chance of some bass bycatch. John's been catching some good ones out here.
That's like the big joke around this area. It's called First World Potomac River Problems. So if
Yeah.
you catch 3 to 4 pound bass, you're like, oh man.
Bass
Really?
again. That's how I felt when we were fishing for those bowfin.
Yeah.
I kept being like, damn it, it's a bass. So funny how everything's relative, you know?
Totally.
Oh god. Little bass, yeah, I got away. Haleigh here stuck a nice bass on the chatterbait. Nice one.
Did you see that? I was looking at you and I had my rod right here. Oh man, I just screwed up. And he jumped in the air with it, with the chatterbait.
Missed him?
Did you see that?
I think there's 2 in there.
So much suspense. Oh my god, dude. There's one right here, bro. I'm looking at one right here. He's right there. Good one, bro. He's facing this way, facing towards Haleigh, right there. It's muddy now. Holy, I told you, bro. Dude, I looked up and I was like, what is this? He was like kissing my kayak, bro. He was right next to me in 4 inches of water. I cannot believe that. I was like, look at this idiot carp. And I'm like, that was wild, bro. That one had to have been pushing 10 pounds. Like, we're over here like on a wild goose chase, looking everywhere for snakehead, and I look down, there's one 2 feet away from me, like, just taunting me. That was crazy. That was a big boy too. Haleigh's hooked up. Hooked up again. Exploded right next to her boat. Looks like her net's tangled on something. There she goes. Got it? Is it a snakehead? Beauty. Really, really cool patterns on these fish. Nice one.
Sorry, buddy.
Anywhere but there, John. Just kidding. All right, we'll put him on the stringer. He's gonna be dinner. You can tell how they get their name, Snakehead. They're patterned very much like a snake. Wild looking fish.
What's neat about this, one of the things is they're finding is that the bass and all the other fish are feeding heavily on these things. You know, like when you catch a bluegill, perch, or a bass, they've got the spiny, you know, dorsal fin and the hard gill plates. That's their defense. These things have no defense.
So there's no spines on them, no.
Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. So I mean, it's almost like, I mean, they're just slurping these things down.
Yeah.
They'll grow up to 12 inches in a year.
Wow.
This one was probably born last year.
Last year, wow.
Yeah, they grow fast.
That is wild. There you can see the business end.
I always say that their teeth look like Tyrannosaurus Rex teeth.
Gnarly teeth, dude.
Yeah.
Gnarly mouth.
They're awesome, pretty fish. And
Yeah.
I'm holding it like I caught it. Sorry.
Great fish, John.
Great fish, John, yeah.
Great fish.
Jesus, Haleigh, when are you going to start catching fish?
I need to catch some fish.
There we go.
Fish on. Snakehead. Pretty good one, I think. Oh gosh, oh gosh. He's not happy. Nice. Yeah.
I told you there was one right.
You did say there was one right there, and there it is. So there it is, my first snakehead before I lose it. There it is in the net, proof that I've got it. Gnarly fish. He annihilated the chatterbait. I'm scared of this part of the process. Hey bro, are we chilling? I don't have grips. I have nothing.
You have pliers?
Nope, no pliers. Can I get this back, bro? Oh God, no. Oh God, it's happening. Exactly like I thought it was gonna happen. You stop, sir. All right, so there is my first northern snakehead. Decent one there, maybe, what, 5 pounds?
Yeah.
Something like that. Solid fish to get much bigger than this, but what a blast. They are just kind of a gnarly fish to fight. They do these kind of death rolls. That was awesome. So we're gonna keep this guy too, add him to the other one, and that should be a pretty good dinner between the two of them. Beautiful fish, just wild patterns on these guys. That is gnarly, dude. Super slimy, they kind of writhe like a snake. So we're gonna dispatch this guy, put him out of his misery, and he's gonna be dinner. He's gonna join the other, join the other guy. Some fish were harmed in the making of this film. Dude, this is like that movie Alien, like dripping slime, snot. So cool though, what a cool species. I hear they are delightful to eat, they're cool to look at, and just so far has been a blast kind of hunting these guys around the creek. Haleigh called it all the way. She's like, there's gotta be one in this pocket.
I mean, we picked up those ones over there. You know?
Right.
It was bound to happen.
I was about to throw the frog. She said I would try the chatterbait, and there it was.
Last summer, I was just so tired paddling everywhere when I got back.
Yeah, especially after a long day. Instead of like some long paddling,
Yeah.
this is the way to do it. Decent haul today. Here's my guy here. Nice snakehead, just under 26 inches. Haleigh, tons of fun. Thanks for showing me the ropes. Successful first day, snakehead fishing.
Yeah.
John? Nice.
We killed it.
Yeah.
We all caught one.
I mean, it was tough. Like,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was a
definitely
grind.
a grind today. They were not aggressively feeding by any means. So honestly, for the three of us to each get one, like, I feel pretty solid about it.
Yeah, I think it's a water clarity issue.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna give it a shot again next week, and so hopefully this weather holds and the water should clear up. It'll stop raining. So we'll drive safe going back, and I'll see you in like a week.
All right.
John and I are gonna go cook these bad boys up. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for the first episode of this 4-part snakehead series. Had a blast fishing for these fish with Haleigh and John. It was kind of a grind, but we each got one. So next episode, John and I are gonna show you guys how to cook up this northern snakehead, and spoiler alert, it is amazing. Then we're gonna meet up with John Odenkirk, the episode after that, go out on a shocking trip, learn how biologists study fish, learn a lot more about this species. And then for the fourth and final part of this series, we're gonna get back up with Haleigh, get back out on the water, take everything that we've learned from John and Haleigh and everything, try to put it all together and have a better day chasing these fish. Hopefully catch some more, and if not, at least a couple bigger ones. So stay tuned, it's gonna be a pretty sweet series. You're gonna learn all about these fish, and we're gonna have some fun while we do it.